Okay, welcome and thank you very much for joining me today. My name is Heidi Unruh and I'm the VP of Marketing for Paperthin, a web content management solution provider. I'm here today to discuss how to create a social media roadmap for your organization. First, just a few words on the current state of social media. In a very short period of time, social media has changed the way marketers go to market. On average, marketers now dedicate 20% of their annual spend to social media efforts, and that dollar amount is growing. This is in part due to the low cost and reach that social media offers. But how do you unlock the value of social media? Websites of old are no longer cutting it. In fact, they've moved from simply providing information to providing a destination for or a connector to real conversations. In fact, social media is a huge priority for marketers, but websites are still a first priority for 80% of marketers out there. But all this promise, however, comes with a big but. If social media is not done correctly, the consequences could really be ugly. As marketers, we go to huge efforts to get consumers' attention, but that consumer can be your biggest fan or your worst critic depending on how well you execute. And it only takes one angry customer with a blog to do real damage to your brand's reputation. I think this quote really says it all. Social media has given always-on consumers enormous power. When not happy, consumers scream at the top of their lungs to anyone who will listen on any channel. To not take social media interactions seriously can have a serious impact on your organization. And here's why. This is a great missed opportunity case study. The bloggess, like Mother Teresa, only better, she's my favorite blogger. And she had a bad experience with American Airlines. She flew American Airlines and checked her bag, and her computer was stolen from it. The only thing they left, ironically, was a copy of her brand new book. She's a best-selling New York Times author, has nearly 50,000 Facebook followers, 200,000 Twitter followers, and millions of blog hits a month. She's somebody, in short, that you don't want to tick off. So she tweeted to American Airlines that she lost her computer, and they tweeted back. They were listening, good for them, but they tweeted back and essentially said, "Too bad." So she blogged about it, and she tweeted about it some more, and the conversation went viral on Twitter. She had tons of posts on her blog as well of people saying they never wanted to fly American Airlines again. And American Airlines was still paying attention, although not doing anything about it. They now knew that they probably shouldn't have ticked her off. They probably should have given a better response, and that they missed a good opportunity to convert this unhappy customer. So they offered her $100, which she refused, and she blogged about it again and again, as you see here on the slide. And they finally offered her, at last count, $900, which she refused again, and she's still blogging about it. It was a huge missed opportunity on the part of American Airlines. Had they responded differently, she could have been a forever customer, praising them to the moon. But now she's a forever not a customer. So how do you avoid the forever not a customer scenario? Tweeting or sharing just won't cut it anymore. Consumers expect more from your organization than just passing along information. If your current strategy is to just tweet or share information, then you've already failed. They're using social media channel because it provides them with an experience they are seeking. If what you're sharing is misaligned with their desires or only aligned with your own, you'll lose them. Or worse, you'll bore them to tears. The most powerful thing that you can do to create loyalty is simply respond to a customer's problems socially. Let me repeat that. The most powerful thing that you can do to create loyalty is simply respond to a customer's problems socially. It creates more loyalty than any other use of social media. So how do you get real value from your social media efforts? You have to find the social sweet spot. You need to understand what consumers want from their social experiences. Are they looking for product information? Do they want promotions or special offers? Do they want to give you feedback? Or are they simply looking for a way to complain? Or they might want to influence your product direction. Whatever the answer, you need to align their needs and wants with your goals. And that is the key to unlocking the value of social media. So what types of social interactions do consumers want with brands? It can range from very superficial relationships such as product discounts, to access to entertaining content, to helping with product development, or being part of a brand community, and so on. It varies greatly by category. Consumers that follow a software brand, for example, might be looking to learn something new about an application, but are less likely to be looking for entertaining content. Or they might just want a venue to complain. If you give them entertaining content and they want product information, you have a disconnect, which will be a barrier for you. First, you have to figure out what type of social relationship consumers want from your organization. Then you need to map those consumer needs to your own goals and objectives. Do you want to sell product, drive awareness, improve customer satisfaction? Where the two intersect is your sweet spot. The next hurdle is to identify the social platforms that meet both of your needs. Is Twitter the right venue to communicate with your target consumer, or is it Google+? Identifying the right social platforms for engagement is key to driving the most meaningful experiences of all. Once you've figured out the roadmap, you need to enable it with technology. Too many choices mean wasted time and bad results. As a marketer, looking at this image can bring me to my knees just about every time. There are so many social media tools out there already, but it is time-consuming and challenging to manage social conversations across the growing number of platforms out there that all require near constant check-in, review, feedback, and distribution cycles. The truth is that new ones are coming on the market regularly. The bad news is that they aren't replacing old technologies, they're adding to them. So which are the right ones, and where do you focus your energies and your valuable marketing dollars? If you are using too many social media tools, then you are spending too much time, focus, money, and energy on them. Need versus want. There are many powerful tools out there, but the truth is what marketers actually need are fewer intuitive tools to make the social media management easier across multiple channels and insight more understandable. The content management system serves as a critical multi-channel hub for your online marketing suite. Your CMS is the engine that powers websites and enables content to be shared and conversations monitored across all web channels, including social. You need much more than just content management. Your CMS needs to be highly interoperable with a range of applications and data sources. It needs the ability to easily integrate with new social channels as they come on the market. You need to be able to push content out to all social channels from your website. You need to be able to aggregate social content to monitor what your staff are posting on social channels and monitor what the market is posting on your social channels. You need to enable contributors to contribute social content on your site. And finally, you need to be able to analyze the effectiveness of your efforts. If you have a digital foundation in place and understand your customer needs and wants and align them with your own goals and objectives, you'll find a measure of success you haven't previously achieved. This is one of my favorite stories of all time. You all know Tommy Bahama. It's a great brand. It turns out it's also a great brand who pays attention to social media, and they have a heart. And I call this case study the forever customer. There was a food critic blogger who went to a local restaurant in Massachusetts to do a write-up on the restaurant. And he had a very bad experience while he was there. And to add insult to injury, the waitress who was helping him dropped a plate of food on his favorite pair of Tommy Bahama pants. So he wrote that up in his blog, of course. And the smart company that they are, Tommy Bahama, was listening. And they took advantage of the opportunity, and the next day, the VP of Marketing picked up the phone and called the blogger and offered to replace his pants for free. Well, the blogger said no, because he had enough money to buy a new pair of pants, but he took the opportunity to mention a local children's charity that was his favorite charity. The next day, the blogger received about 15 boxes with 150 items of clothing in children's sizes, shirts and pants and all sorts of goodies. And they were for the children's charity. And the blogger also found a pair of Tommy Bahama pants in the box in his size. So what did he do? He wrote it up again. He wrote a new blog post all about this fabulous company, Tommy Bahama, and he said that he now is a customer for life, that it's a company with a heart. He also mentioned in that blog post that the restaurant still had never bothered to follow up with him, showing that they weren't listening and they weren't paying attention. So a bunch of locals picked up the conversation on the blog, shared it via Facebook and Twitter, and as you can see this post down at the bottom, Robin Shield Snow, among many others who followed up and said that's the greatest story ever, said, I'm now going to go try Tommy Bahama just because of the article. It will be my first time. Thanks. So not only does Tommy Bahama, because of social media, have a forever customer, they got great publicity, and they got a new customer to boot. It's a great story. And it's the type of story that you can have for your organization if you do social media right. So in summary, the CMS serves as a multi-channel hub for your marketing suite. Study what consumers enjoy from each web channel and why. Align your goals and messages to those preferences to engage your audience. Then use your CMS to explode your content across every web channel. That is the holy grail of digital marketing. And here's a shameless plug. To unlock the value of your digital marketing efforts, you can use CommonSpot. CommonSpot is our software platform. It's a web content management platform that includes content management solutions, a suite of marketing and social media solutions, all that unlock the value of your digital marketing efforts for high impact results. And you can reach us at any of these following social media outlets. And with that, I will wrap it up and say thank you and have a great day.